to Day Zero to Breakthrough. Today I'm heading back to the National Biologics Facility to see how the team's coming along with scaling up production of our vaccine candidates. If this is a real pandemic, the team would be working towards getting their candidate into Phase 1 human clinical trials. Since this is just a pressure test, there isn't going to be a clinical trial, but the team at the NBF are putting in just as much vigour and care as they would if this was the real deal. Last time we were at the NBF, I joined Courtney as she checked on the health of her cells and prepared for a production study. Today, I'm joining Martina, the operations manager, as she continues this process. I'll let her explain what she's doing and why it's important.
I'm going to be taking some samples from a production study of the cells that are producing the CHAV protein.
CHAV is simply a nickname the team uses to describe the vaccine antigen. It comes from chapare, memory of virus. CHAV.
And measuring how much the candidate vaccine is in those cells. So it's really important for us to know how much the cells are producing so that when we go to purify, we know sort of how much we're expected to get out of it.
To do this, they took advantage of the vaccine antigen's unique molecular clamp technology. They loaded the supernatant from the production study onto a special chip which binds to clamp 2, and then used this fancy looking machine to measure the amount of vaccine antigen present. I think this is one of the coolest perks of the molecular clamp technology. Not only is it holding our vaccine antigen in a conformation that's useful for inducing an immune response, but it also helps make processing the vaccine antigen simpler and more efficient.
So what we're going to do is we're going to capture the vaccine candidate onto these chips which have a protein on the chip that captures the molecular clamp. And then we can measure how big that response is, and the bigger the response, the more that's present. So we can measure how much is present in the sample.
I then joined Olivia for the next steps in the process. Martina's work told us how much vaccine antigen the production study, produced. Now, Olivia's seeing how well the team can purify the vaccine antigen out from all the other proteins produced by the cells. To do this, she again took advantage of the molecular clamp. Olivia has loaded a chromatography column onto the ACTA machine that binds specifically to clamp 2 and is running the supernatant from the production study through it. Our vaccine antigen will get caught in the column and Olivia will then wash it off and collect it, ready for further analysis. I think this process is super cool, but from the outside, it just looks like moving around a bunch of clear liquids. Olivia went out of her way to show me the cool flashing lights on the TFF machine, so I had some good shots for the video. This machine is used to transfer the vaccine antigen between solutions for different purposes. For example, today, Olivia is using it to transfer the vaccine antigen from the liquid used in the ACTA machine to one more suitable for long-term protein storage. The team at the NBF are in the final stages of scaling up production of Q, the lead vaccine antigen, for the large-scale batch. Tune in next time to see how this large-scale batch is produced. We are a long way from Day Zero and rapidly approaching breakthrough.